In this video, I used to actually steal content from other people's channels. I analyzed the start of my YouTube journey, and since I wasn't actually getting the kind of traction, the kind of attention that I needed on YouTube, I also analyzed the mistakes that I made. That was when I made the 3 biggest mistakes that I have ever made on YouTube. Am I on the wrong path? I felt like I had this calling to start YouTubing again. Well, I also give advice at the end of the video. You really stay tuned for all these, guys. Let's travel back to the past, guys. Just kidding. That's not even possible. During the midnight between the 15th and the 16th of November 2022, I strangely had a feeling that it was my calling to start YouTube. Now, some of you may think that I am kidding, but this is actually very true. In fact, this is not the first time that I have had this feeling. About 2 or 3 years prior to this, I actually started posting some videos on my older YouTube account due to influence that I had from some very amazing YouTubers such as Brent Rivera and some others. There was one serious problem though. I was not creating my own content. Yes, I used to actually steal content from other people's channels and repost them, which was a really bad thing. I think I posted a total of about 5 videos, and since I wasn't actually getting the kind of traction, the kind of attention that I needed on YouTube, unfortunately I decided to call that a quit. Now let's fast forward back to the midnight between the 15th and the 16th of November 2022. That's a very important day actually, or should I say night. So I can recall myself actually watching some YouTube videos. I think a number of them. I watched so many YouTubers actually that night, and I felt like I had this calling to start YouTubing again. It was very strange. One of the people who had the greatest influence on me becoming a YouTuber is actually Orkun Işıtmak. He's actually a Turkish YouTuber, and I have a lot of respect for that guy. I was actually in the first level of the Turkish language course, and I decided to just take that guy as, someone that I can look up to in terms of the Turkish language, because I remember I once saw one of his videos and I was just so inspired by his creativity, and at the same time how well and how fast he could speak the Turkish. I know speaking fast is actually native to the Turkish people, but like that guy was really crazy in terms of creating creative content at the same time speaking very fast too. I remember one time when I was in class and I just rose up my hands to ask my teacher a question, and my question was, "Teacher, do you know Orkun Işıtmak?" And she was like, "Of course I know him." So I was then like, "Okay, I actually want to be like him. I want to be a YouTuber, a big YouTuber like him." And she was like, "Oh, you really have a long journey, and it's a very difficult one." And actually she was right. Yes, it really is a long and difficult journey. In fact, I am still on that journey, as you guys can see. Well, I'm still on that road and I am not giving up anytime soon. Nah, I ain't giving up. Now let's come back to that midnight. I remember when I made my mind up, I immediately turned to my roommates and I was like, "Guys, I'm literally going to start YouTubing." And they looked back at me and they were like, "What?" Like they were all surprised, and they thought I was joking actually. But basically I just joined in their laughter, but I actually made them know that I was really sure about my idea and I was sure about my decision, and that I wanted to actually start YouTubing. I decided to set a new YouTube account that night and I was ready to post the following day. In fact, that was when I made the 3 biggest mistakes that I have ever made on YouTube. Immediately I woke up the next day, I decided to start filming myself without doing any of the following. 1. I did not do any research about how to start a YouTube channel. 2. I did not choose what the niche of my YouTube channel was going to be. Some of you may be wondering what the niche is. Actually, the niche is the main topic of your channel. Basically what your channel is about. For example, my channel is about life in Turkey. There are some people who even create videos about makeup and stuff like that, like very basic things. Yeah, so basically these are niches: cooking, makeup, technology. Mr. Beast is even doing crazy stuff. That's his niche, doing crazy stuff. 3. I did not focus much on quality, but rather much more on quantity, which was a very bad thing. Yeah, I can actually recall that I wrote a script for my first video, but the problem was that it was kind of disorganized and it had so many unrelated content in it. And one thing too was that, for example, let me just give you what I actually did. So what I did was that in the first 4 minutes, I literally spoke about how I got to Turkey. And then after that, I literally just showed what I do in a day. You know, there are some videos on YouTube, a day in the life of this and that. Yeah, I also did a day in the life of a foreigner in Turkey, which was actually the name of the video too. But I also literally spoke about my journey to Turkey in the first 4 minutes, which is a wrong thing. Now, those were two separate ideas that were meant for two separate videos, if you can actually tell. Yes, so the first video would be about my actual journey to Turkey, like how I actually got to Turkey. Then the second video would be about the day in the life of, you know, a foreigner in Turkey, those kind of videos. Yeah, so that's what I was supposed to actually do, but I don't know, I didn't do any research, as I said, so that actually led to this problem that I did, you know, merging the ideas or the contents of two different videos in one, and that's a really bad thing. I'll give more details on those another time in another video, but for this video I just want to tell you guys about my journey, you know, to YouTube, like how I started YouTube, and also elaborate on the mistakes I made, and also how to not repeat those mistakes as you guys start your YouTube journeys or as you continue your YouTube journey. Maybe some of you may have started already and then you are trying to figure out a way to improve your YouTube. Well, I think these points are also very important for you, and also if you are starting, these points are really important. Now let's take a look at these mistakes individually. One, if you can recall, I mentioned that I did not make any research before I started the YouTube, and actually that led to the other mistakes that I made. Before you start YouTubing, make sure that you do a lot of research on many things. For example, how to create videos. That's the very important thing, the most important thing I'll say. Then more on the tools that you need to create very good videos. You know, the editing app that you need, because there are some editing apps that are like trash but there are some that are also like really good. You also need to get information on the kinds of niches that are available on YouTube. Niches, as I mentioned, are the types of videos, you know, types of content, whether it's, you know, makeup or it's technology or it's food, whatever. Make sure that you get information on the different kinds and you choose the one that you would like to create content on. And one very important thing is that you have to also get information on how to create catchy thumbnails and titles that would draw possible viewers to your video. Let me tell you one thing. Your video can be really good, it can be top notch, but if you don't put a very good thumbnail or a very good title, when people see your video you may have very good content inside your video, but they cannot see what's inside, they can only see what's outside. So that's why you need a very good thumbnail and a very good title in order to draw the viewers to your video. One thing too, don't use clickbait. Yes, the YouTube algorithm is actually able to fight clickbait to a certain extent. So let me tell you something about clickbait. I think some of you may be wondering what clickbait is. Maybe some of you may have heard it, but you don't know the full definition of it or what it totally entails. So clickbait is basically using catchy thumbnails and titles that do not relate to the content of the video that you have posted. Now, let me tell you how clickbait actually affects your video. If you have to use clickbait on your video and people click the video that you have posted and they watch just for some few seconds and leave the video, YouTube would basically think that you actually use clickbait. They will think that you decided to put a thumbnail and a title that do not relate to the video that you have posted, and they'll assume it as clickbait, and then they will decide to trash your video. Now let's move on to the second mistake that I did. I didn't choose a niche. Now let me tell you guys something. When I actually started YouTubing, or should I say when I decided to start YouTubing, I thought I could just post any video that I liked and then I would get the traction or the kind of attention or the views that I wanted on YouTube. Well, that is not how it works. You need to choose a specific topic that all your videos are going to cover. Now let me tell you one good reason about this. I think this is a logical reasoning thing that I've done, so I decided to just share it with you guys. Now let's just say that you have viewers or you have subscribers who actually subscribe to your channel or who watch your channel for a particular kind of content. Let's say it's cooking. Now they are trying to learn these kind of new recipes that you show on your channel. Imagine all of a sudden you just start showing videos about, maybe let's say you go for a tour and then you are showing videos on the tour. Yes, you can show videos on a tour, but in relation to food or how some meals are prepared. But if you just decide to just divert all the way and just not even show anything about food, you just show videos about what you are doing during the tour, you will be surprised to see that some of your subscribers may even unsubscribe from your channel because you are not giving them the content that they subscribe to your channel for. They subscribe for cooking and not for touring. So that is one reason why I'm saying that a niche is very, very important, because people subscribe to your channel for a particular reason. It's not like they just feel like subscribing. They want to benefit something from your channel. For example, I create content about life in Turkey, and basically this is also part of my life in Turkey because my YouTube journey actually started in Turkey. So that's why I've decided to also share this experience as part of my life in Turkey. Moreover, choosing your niche actually helps the algorithm to also find viewers who are likely to be interested in whatever you are producing. For example, if all your videos are about cooking and then the algorithm notices that your videos are about cooking, they are more likely to suggest or to recommend your channel to those who search about cooking frequently. Now let's take a look at my third, and I would probably say it's also equally as bad as the other sins that I committed. Sins as in, the mistakes that I made. Yes, so I actually chose quantity over quality, and that's a really, really, really bad thing. When I posted my first video, I immediately thought of posting the second video the following day. I did not even decide to script down anything, to get a systematic order as to how my video is going to appear. I just thought that now I'm just going to take a camera, whatever I think of, I just post it, I just shoot it and whatever. In fact, I posted a short that evening and I even followed it up with some other funny shots. As I mentioned, you have to choose a niche. My niche was about life in Turkey, and then I was also posting funny shots. Like, it doesn't make sense. I was more concerned with posting more content as much as I could, instead of thinking of how well I could create these videos to make the viewers appeal to it. And that was a very, very big mistake that I made. In fact, so many YouTubers like to claim this thing that don't worry, just keep on posting videos, you are going to make it, things like that. That is a big lie. Yes, that is a really big lie. You have to make sure that you create content so good that even if you are to open YouTube and you see a video like that, you would be likely to click on that video, or you would enjoy that video after you've even clicked it. Those are the kinds of content you must create. You must also make sure that you also create videos that will also appeal to the other viewers, the other people who also watch YouTube, so that you'll have a great time. It will be a win-win. You'll get your views from the people, they also get their entertainment. It's actually a win-win on both sides. That's how YouTube works. In addition to creating good content, YouTubers must also ensure that they have a schedule for posting content. Viewers are always trying to get content that are going to entertain them. Now, if they know that, okay, this channel actually posts on, let's say, Sundays, every Sunday at maybe, let's say, 6 p.m. or something, they will keep on coming at that time, especially if your content is very good. Now, as they keep on coming, make sure that you also keep on posting at that same exact time every week. Because if they come one day and they notice that you didn't post a video, some people may start to lose interest, because as they keep on not seeing you for some time, you may think that you are inactive and maybe you are gone or something like that. So they may even unsubscribe, and you notice that your viewer count starts to reduce because you are not being consistent, you are not posting enough videos, and also the growth that YouTube is providing for your channel would also reduce, because YouTube notices that you've been inactive for some time and they decided to just cancel you off. So make sure that as you keep on producing good content, you also have a consistent uploading schedule, whether it is once a month or whatever. I'm just kidding. Actually, make sure that it's much more frequent than once a month, because you also have to be producing much more content. If you produce once a month, who would remember you? Especially if you're not like a Mr. Beast or like something like that. You need to show how competent you are by posting much more frequently, let's say at least once a week or something like that, to show people that yes, I am actually serious with this YouTube thing. I actually want to produce good content for you guys to watch and for you guys to be entertained. Now, before I end this video, I would like to give you guys one very important advice, which I think I have been heeding to this advice throughout my whole entire YouTube journey. You really, 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 really have to be patient. Very, very patient, because the YouTube journey is not an easy one. Yes, it's actually very, very difficult. There are always ups and downs, especially at the beginning. you notice that you'll be getting like 1 or 2 views in the first 2 days. So it's a really crazy journey. I'm still on my journey, and as I mentioned, you have to be patient. I'm also very patient actually, because I'm still here to blow up. As you guys can see, I'm always trying to put up good content for you guys. I'm trying to get as quality content as I can for you guys to watch, for you guys to view it, for you guys to enjoy it, and also for you guys to learn something from it. Because as I said, my channel is about life in Turkey, and maybe some of you may be interested in coming to Turkey for your vacation, or maybe coming to Turkey for, I don't know, maybe studies or something like that. So I basically create these videos about life in Turkey. So I'm just going to continue posting videos on this subject, and if you guys want me to create more videos about this topic too, about my YouTube journey, about what I've been through, the experiences I've had, the tricks that I've learned, the secrets about YouTube that I have learned, you guys can also tell me by commenting in the comment section. Now guys, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, please subscribe if you want more content about this, or even about life in Turkey. I am here for you guys. See you guys in another video. Goodbye.